This is a whole other discussion about how we've been trying to fire the pool guy for 10 years.
He doesn't fire anybody.
I can't.
Even our gardener, who just all he does is blow the leaves under the thing.
He's from Costa Rica. I know, but it's like, better the devil you know than the one you don't.
I sweep the backyard because there's leaves everywhere.
You don't sweep, you spray. What if you fire Stanley and then somebody worse comes in? And now everybody's hair turns green, not just Hallie's. There's not much that I have to do. She does all of the work.
I call my mom the Chihuahua. She's always chaotic. She never sits down.
She is a ball of energy.
People know of Tiffany and the Hendersons.
How did you create this empire of dance?
She was one of the top 3 most successful studio owners.
Quite amazing.
I have about 300 studios worldwide that subscribe to the Twinkle Star curriculum. I'm doing webinars, we do our annual conference, I do live events every year, so I'm probably traveling for that 5 or 6 times a year. I work with 15 studio owners one-on-one about their studio. I come in and I find out what's wrong with the studio? Nothing's wrong with the studio. I find out the issues with the studio. Last I counted, we did about 35 recitals per year. Hey,
what could possibly go wrong?
My name is Tiffany Henderson. I live in Livermore, California, and I am the owner of 7 dance studios.
My name is Paul Henderson. I'm a former leotard man.
Leotard man!
I was a dance major at the University of Arizona in Tucson, and I would frequent a store called Basics Dancewear, and that's where I met Paul.
Yeah, I was selling dancewear, it's true. Yeah. It's not nearly as interesting now that we haven't had cocktails. It's only been in there for like a few. I'm actually a consultant for a company in Chicago that sells dancewear to students. Kind of been selling leotards for a long time. It's really embarrassing, but it's true.
I'm really grateful for what he does. He also he dabbles in choreography.
Oh yes.
Every once in a while,
most of the good dances I have created.
So every once in a while, he gives me ideas or chimes in on my ideas.
Yes. One time, my greatest idea was that I thought instead of dancing or anything, they should all just be spinning on one foot at the same time.
Right. So see what I mean? It's definitely gonna. I think that
maybe somebody is going to take that idea and now run with it.
But now he
without my directing and choreography, we'd be nowhere with this business, probably.
Right.
That's true. One of the greatest things about having a business is that you can employ your friends and your family.
When we do recital and I can look out and see my mom at concessions and my dad making the hot dogs and Paul taking photos and Corbin working with video. My son Jack is 18 and he's performing in the show. My daughter's performing. It's pretty incredible to do something like that all together. Sometimes people say, oh, I have a business, I don't want to employ my family members because there would be conflicts. I think it's kind of the best thing that we do.
You're going to have conflicts with your family regardless. You might as well also pay them.
My name is Georgia Jacobs. When Mom came, where are we going to put Mom? So Mom got to go to K Street, and about 3 or 4 months later, Cesar comes to K Street. So the 2 of us are housemates. So here's this older woman living with this young Mexican good-looking man. I think the neighbors might talk, I'm not sure.
Cesar, who is my ballet director, we danced together in college at the University of Arizona, lives now safely with Grandma Georgia.
Which is hysterical, and you'll find out why. I mean, it's just funny.
Yes.
I can't say why, but. No. Well, no, I can't. maybe they'll let it out.
Georgia, Paul's mom, and I are housemates. We do housework together. You know, we have our garden of veggies, and she takes care of them. I take care of them. She has killed my tomatoes.
I hired my mom, and she moved up from Arizona, and we stuck her in the house. We call it the K Street house. And then we stuck her in there. We just plopped her right in there. Well, it was better than having her in this house.
The relationship I have with Cesar is interesting. He took a job here. So they own a little house on K Street. It's called the TDA Shack, or I call it a bungalow because it's cute.
It's interesting living with Georgia. Yeah, especially when she's very open too. No filters.
We decided to go to Scotland to go visit my my heritage, where I'm from, allegedly. And I start getting all into the Scottish culture, the whole Henderson clan and like our tartans and all this cool stuff. And my son Corbin, he starts getting into it too, because he's like, oh, well, if you're Scottish, I must be Scottish too. And he comes to me one day and he's like, Dad, he's like, you're not gonna believe this. He's like, did you know that, yeah, every Scottish clan has its own battle cry? When they go into war, and this is hundreds of years ago, they would come in and they'd say whatever their, whatever their battle cry was. And he goes, guess what ours is? And I was like, what? And I couldn't wait to hear it. He goes, the Hendersons are here. Can you imagine going into war and going, the Hendersons are here? I thought it was hilarious.